folks, we recently had the privilege to go see arguably one of the most complete, one of the best superhero films made in the last 20, 30 years. The original Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Willem Dafoe. This movie is stacked. You have star-studded performances from Alfred Molina. You've got James Franco putting in a shift, and you have Tobey Maguire giving us one of the cheesiest, cringiest, but heart-throbbing performances as Peter Parker. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to rate it 1 through 10, and we're going to see how it holds up against other MCU, DC, and other superhero forms of media. Yeah, I think we just get right into it.
Yeah.
Talk about why they're releasing the original trilogy, why they're bringing it back.
Well, I assume they're bringing it back by popular demand. But the reality is, we saw in the review that they're showing all the Spider-Man movies. The original trilogy, the Garfield trilogy, and then the new Holland trilogy. And, I mean, it would be interesting to see the others, but to be honest, if I would go to see any of them, it would be the one we just saw, Spider-Man 2. And it's just a complete movie. I think what I first need to talk about is what you mentioned at the start, the actual performances. Because typically, like Spider-Man movie, it's Spider-Man, like they'll have the usual swing in, the quips, the whatnot, the villain or whatever. But it's the performances from these characters which carries, and you can directly compare movie to movie. And one of the standouts which you didn't mention, but I know you definitely will, is played by Rosemary Harris, Aunt May.
Yeah.
Who is absolutely phenomenal. And this movie is, what's very good, funny about this movie is that
Mother's Calling.
This is,
I'm gonna let you talk for a second. Sorry about that, and be back in 1 second. Back in 1 second, Rita.
Yeah, what's interesting is this isn't actually a Spider-Man movie per se, and that's why it differs from the others. It is a Peter Parker movie. It's a movie about Peter Parker and what he deals with, his trials and tribulations, his love, but it's the dichotomy between Peter Parker being Spider-Man, but also him having his own other life. His relationships, his college, his work, his finances, his family. How can he balance this when he must be Spider-Man? And it's the ultimate question Spider-Man is asked, like, at all times. How does he protect his loved ones? Is he willing to put himself above them? Or is he willing to also be selfish? And he should be selfish, arguably. And put the costume aside and actually be who he wants to be. And that is the main purpose of this movie. But it's just it's refreshing because normally a superhero movie opens and it's action, it's thrilling, it's bang, Spider-Man's chasing Spider-Man's doing this and that, oh, it's funny. But this movie, I mean, Spider-Man doesn't show up as Spider-Man until, like, I'd say 20 minutes in. Like, he showed up as Spider-Man extremely quickly for the start, and then just changes. There's no big fight scene for a long, long time. And even when it is, this movie doesn't have many fight scenes. It has maybe 3 or 4 in total with Doc Ock, and that's it. And you might have 2-minute fight scenes with some goons which he webs up. It's really just an emotional diving into Peter Parker as a character, which makes the movie so good. And it differs from the other ones. And I think what's important is that it's a sequel. Because it's not the origin. Not like, you can't have a best movie which is going to be the origin. Origin stories, even if they're great, they're just a bit, they're downtrodden, they're just kind of, overtold. But the fact that this is a sequel, it just works perfectly. And you come in with the tension of, Harry being outraged at Spider-Man due to his father's death. It's relationship with.
Right, sorry about that. I'm back. We're so back.
Yeah. So
Anyway, what are you talking about?
yeah, I was just talking a bit about how this movie isn't a Spider-Man movie; it's a Peter Parker movie, and
Yeah.
it's dealing with all his issues. Of course, it's Spider-Man, but you don't really see Spider-Man much in this movie. It's mostly Peter Parker and his relationship with his characters, which is what makes Spider-Man Spider-Man. And it's not the movie. Of course, has good action, but it doesn't carry it. It's not. It's not like the movie just crawling, trying to get to that new set piece. You know. It just carries itself on, like, you know, as you said, cheesy dialogue, but emotional dialogue. These characters have gone through the ringer, and they feel for each other. And you know that they do, and it's just kind of the dialogue's so timeless, in my opinion.
It works. I think it still holds up, which we'll get onto later, of course. Does this film hold up to regular, like, modern day movies? But yeah, I feel like, just to kind of touch on what you're going on about, like, it being a Peter Parker movie, is that, in, like, modern cinema today, we see so many teen up movies. We see so many, like, all, like, you wouldn't see a character out of CGI. Look at Deadpool and Wolverine, for example. You don't actually see, like, Ryan Reynolds portraying Wade Wilson. Like, in that movie, you don't actually see that.
Well,
you see him, like, portraying it for 5 minutes at the party, and that's about it. Then the rest of the movie is just slapstick comedy. Him playing Daredevil. Not Daredevil, sorry.
That works because that works because it's Deadpool, and no one cares about Wade Wilson. But what Spider-Man does so well is, like, it makes you care about Peter Parker. You're not just saying, you're not watching it for Spider-Man. You're watching it for Peter Parker, who is Spider-Man. It's the opposite of Batman. Because you watch Batman for Batman, you're like, Bruce Wayne's on the sidelines, Well, here it's the opposite. Peter Parker is.
Batman says it himself, He says, I'm Batman. Bruce Wayne is something I have to do.
Yeah.
Well, for Peter Parker, exactly what you were saying there, it's, I'm Peter Parker. Spider-Man is something I have to do. With great power comes great responsibility. Nice little contrast there, actually.
Yeah.
You wouldn't actually think of that. But, Spider-Man 2 definitely holds up as a Peter Parker movie. Sure, even think about coming from Spider-Man 1, where you have Peter, who watched Norman Osborn, his best friend's dad, die in his arms.
Yeah.
His best friend blames him for the death, or blames his other identity for the death. He's constantly being dragged down, mocked,
slapped, literally.
Literally. By his boss. And he can't have the girl who he wants the most because he's terrified that she'll get killed. While suffering with PTSD from watching his uncle die in front of him and constantly blaming himself.
And his aunt doesn't have enough money to pay her house, and he also doesn't have enough money to pay his own rent.
Yep, he can't pay his own rent. He's living in a dingy studio apartment, which looks like it reeks and it has mold. Like, it'd definitely be going up for a few health code violations. And his life fucking sucks. Like, if you take everything out of it, his life is pretty shitty as Peter Parker. And I feel like this movie does a perfect job of portraying that. Seeing him alone, seeing him give up, seeing him down in the dumps, he doesn't know what to do with himself, he can never make it to anything on time, it is a struggle.
I think the struggles of Peter Parker are so not only struggle but also relatable. I feel like a lot of people relate to this, of feeling responsible, as in, like, I have to do this, I have to do that, and everything else just takes just is secondary,
Yeah, everything else is just put to the side. Kind of like how Peter Parker was put to the side for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie doesn't shy away from emotional sucker punches. Watching Doc Ock's wife get killed, that one hurt.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal as well. Sam Raimi has
Oh
such
my
a
God.
Sam Raimi is such a way of, because obviously he's a horror director, but he's such a way of making scenes terrifying that are PG, like no blood, no nothing, but stuff like glass coming at you, and the slow mo turning and the sharp parts going to an eye and then zooming in, and you never see killer, but you know what happened. And the
Like,
screaming, he loves screaming. I don't know if you noticed. There's so much people going ah, like a lot of girls screaming in this movie. The doctor's screaming, the girls screaming when Doc Ock is climbing the walls. Everyone's screaming. But it's like brutal screams.
yeah,
Yeah,
like somebody is getting killed screaming. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
no. I'm only thinking about it now, but yeah, you're right.
I remember
There's a
watching.
lot of
I
screaming
was
going
watching.
on.
There's a lot of screaming in this movie. It's not like Spider-Man help. It's like, oh my god, you know what I mean? And it really leads credence to it. And I do want to mention, even though I did say it's not like there isn't that much action in this movie, the action's great. I mean, the bank scene, the train scene, the ending, the clock tower scene, all these fights are phenomenal. And
Unbelievable.
it's just so.
How can I do that now? Man, why? What's it?
By the way, let me know when you're done because I muted you. Text me. But the action's great. I'm very impressed with it. And I think it's just it really holds up for its time. As in, this movie came out over 20 years ago, and I particularly Doc Ock's arms because they look great. I mean, they look phenomenal.
The Doc Ock arms, is
Yeah,
it? Yeah, they look insane. They look incredible. Even what is it? 20 years now.
yeah. So it's like, it,
20 years, and they still look incredible.
and I think it's the cinematography is great as well. So my favorite shot in the entire movie is I don't remember how it starts, but it's basically Doc Ock he's on the top of the clock tower, and I think Spider-Man kind of gets up, and the camera zooms in, and it goes into Doc Ock's glasses, and it comes out the other way, and it's like it zooms into Doc Ock, and it comes out of his glasses, and it's such a phenomenal shot, and it goes through the streets of New York. This movie makes Manhattan look so cool. Do you know what I mean? I've never
Sure,
seen.
makes it,
I've
yeah, it
never
makes it
seen.
look like a different world.
I've never
It's
seen
crazy.
Manhattan look so. Like obviously, you see the cops and the robbers and dirt and fire, but when the sunlight catches and Spider-Man swinging through and the helicopters are there, it makes it look so hopeful yet so kind of downtrodden at the same time. It looks phenomenal. Do you know what I mean?
No, I've played a lot of Spider-Man PlayStation games. I've put a lot of hours into them, and even I feel like them games can't replicate some of the scenes you see in the Spider-Man original trilogy
Yeah.
of showing off New York. It is beautiful. It's beautiful, and like you think of New York, you think of like, of course, vibrant big city, but you also think of slum.
Yeah.
And I feel like modern day, well, besides the Amazing Spider-Man, but we'll get into that. I feel like modern day Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, like, it didn't really do a good job of portraying New York, you know? Sure, of course, we only have Homecoming, in which he's in New
Yeah,
York, but
I mean,
still.
Homecoming New York is okay, but you don't really see New York any other part, which is, I mean, integral to Spider-Man. I mean, I think,
Spider-Man is New York, you know? That
Yeah.
is like the whole point.
I think it is time to compare these Spider-Man to other Spider-Man movies. So I think firstly, we can quickly compare to Spider-Man 1 and 3 of its Tobey Maguire series. And it's clearly the best because it's not an origin story, and Spider-Man 3 is just completely bogged down by Venom.
Completely bogged down by Eddie Brock and Venom. And then
It's as
James
simple as
Franco,
that.
Green Goblin, was a little bit goofy as well, but we get past that,
Yeah.
considering like Harry was like James Franco did an amazing job as Harry, but he did bang awful job as Green Goblin. I
Yeah.
couldn't take him seriously at all. Bro. Couldn't
Yeah.
take him seriously at
Yeah,
all.
it's such a good. It's so funny when you think about it. But you know when he's like stealing MJ and he looks at Peter and he's like, "There's that smile," and then when they,
Oh, he does that cheeky grin.
yeah, and then the
Yeah.
car drives across the street and he vanishes, and it's like, where'd he go?
Sure. What was the scene where I think it's like it's Peter like swinging through, like kind of like dark alleyways, and then Harry gets knocked off the glider or something.
Yeah, no.
He gets knocked-
Spider-Man basically like he gets like a metal pole and kind of like he makes like a web kind of trip. He trips Harry off his glider and Harry smashes his head off a pole and gets like amnesia. Like you,
You
that,
hear that? You're like, that sounds stupid.
yeah,
As fuck.
it's such a
But this
wacky
actually
plot.
happened.
And I thought
And sure, think of Bully Maguire. Oh,
Bully Maguire is
Bully
iconic.
Maguire.
Bully Maguire is iconic.
Bully Maguire is iconic, but for all the wrong, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a meme. It's just a meme. Like, of course, in Spider-Man 2, you have your memes. Like, you have, how does Peter, without his Spidey sense, dodge a car
Yeah.
thrown through the window
Or
with MJ?
or when MJ's talking to him and he's like, she's like, "How do you feel?" He goes, she touches him and he goes, "Oh boy." Oh.
Oh boy.
And he literally like melts in her arms, like his face. But it's not like, oh, they're together, it's romantic. It's like, no, she's like, "Do you love me?" And he's like, well, his eyes are like, I don't. Kiss me.
Peter the Playboy, he just says no to her. It's like, okay, kiss me one time.
And
I
he's like,
know I'm engaged.
he's like, no. But yeah, I think it's time to compare to Amazing Spider-Man, which I remember watching it when I was young, and I was like, I like the Amazing Spider-Man, but I mean, apart from, the thing about Amazing Spider-Man is it only really has Spider-Man and Gwen, and that's it. Everything else kind of sucks.
Everything else in the Amazing Spider-Man, the villains, everything.
I mean, the Electro and the Lizard were awful.
Lizard, no, to be fair, Lizard was okay.
I think
Lizard
Electro
was
is.
okay.
I think Electro is better than Lizard.
Bro, you cannot say Electro's better than.
I think Electro.
No.
I think Electro when he's in the final fight and he's going between the pillars and like the metal song starts playing. I think that was pretty good. I think Electro was cool. The Green Goblin was awful. Having that emo guy playing Green Goblin. Saying how
That was a joke, yeah. That was
the main character from Chronicle.
main guy from Chronicle becomes Green Goblin.
Having him
memes for a while. And it's
having
just
him
gone.
be Harry Osborn makes no sense because Harry Osborn the cocky, flashy, and
Yeah, he's not an edgelord. He's not an edgelord. He's not a fucking. He's not a gooner. He's not fucking sitting at home.
like this
fucking
guy.
whinging.
This guy could play like the Riddler or something. Not Harry Osborn.
I'm trying to think of like some quirky fucking Spider-Man villain he can play, which would like kind of make fucking.
I can't.
sense.
I can't even think of like a Spider-Man. None of the Spider-Man villains are really like young and edgy.
I don't know, like play like a male Screwball or something like that.
He does look like a real screwball.
He could play fucking Screwball for all I care, but like that could be him.
He doesn't fit the Spider. He just doesn't look like a Spider-Man villain.
Like if I was to get anyone from like that time era, like when did the Amazing Spider-Man 1 come up? Like 2014, 2015?
Yeah.
Around that time frame, I'm trying to think of like someone, an actor up and coming who could play Harry.
2014.
2014, 2015. See, it's a tough one because you need him young,
Yeah.
not too young, like mid-20s. Yeah,
Get like a Logan Lerman in.
Hogan Lerman. Oh dear Lord.
And you can get like Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, you can literally
Like,
get fucking Liam Hemsworth.
have him shave his beard. Like prime Hunger Games Liam Hemsworth.
That works. I think that works.
Yeah.
I think
like he's got that kind. He's naturally kind of good looking. He's got that vibe, the charisma, but he can also be like sensitive, like how he can be, you know.
You know what? I might be a little bit biased, just straight after watching Deadpool and Wolverine. But Chris Evans would make an amazing Harry Osborn.
Yeah, Chris
I
Evans.
think he'd be fucking cocky as fuck. It'd be funny though.
Yeah. No, I think they both be good. I think having that guy was just wrong. I think
He's not an edgelord. It just hurts.
No,
He's
no.
not a fucking edgelord. That doesn't make sense. And they're supposed to all be best mates. Why would the? Oh, I don't know.
I think also I'm not a big fan of the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit as much as like the Spider-Man 2
I
suit.
thought the eyes looked weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like the eyes.
The Toby, I love the lining of the Tobey Maguire suit. Do you know what I mean? The actual lining, like the web parts, look so good.
See, I like the original trilogy suits more.
Yeah.
Because they feel more realistic.
Yeah.
They feel more realistic. It feels like Peter actually made this suit. The Amazing Spider-Man suit just looks CGI. Don't get me wrong.
It looks a bit like, honestly, looking at it now, take a look at it. It looks like a bit of a Halloween suit, and the proportions don't look quite right.
They make him look real fucking slender.
He looks very tall. Like I sent it to you there, looking over there. He looks.
I don't know. They just make him look a little bit slender, man. It's fucking weird.
He's very, very like. I think Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit looked a lot better. I'll show you the difference. Amazing Spider-Man 1, I actually really like that suit. I thought it looked pretty gritty and dark.
See, I'm not mad about that suit.
I think it's cooler than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
No. Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit is goofy. It's goofy as fuck. It looks like, I don't know, like a child in like a colouring book fucking drew that.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, I'm not, like, it just doesn't hit compared to the original trilogy.
No.
It don't hit.
I do think though that I think the only thing the Amazing Spider-Man might have over is I feel like the chemistry between Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield is better than Tobey and Kirsten. Even though it's not it's not as emotional, but when they're hanging out, they're talking to each other, it just clicks. You know what I mean?
Like, you understand why Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone are paired up together, and you understand how like Andrew Garfield is in love with her and stuff like that, and why they love each other. Like, you see, one of my main issues with the original trilogy is that it looks like Tobey Maguire's doing all the chasing, and then MJ just suddenly goes, "Oh yeah, I love you." I suddenly realized I love you. Like, what?
Well, no. At the end of the first one, she's like, I do like you, and he's like, well, I don't. And he walks away. Remember the ending of the first one? He's in the graveyard and it ends with him walking away.
Yeah, he fucking walks away and she's like, oh. It's like, but you fall for me all this time. You must love me. And then she fucks off and she gets engaged. She's about to be married, for fuck's sake.
And
she's like, I ran for you. I've dropped everything for you. Like, it just looks goofy as fuck.
Yeah, no.
But then when you have Emma Stone playing Gwen Stacy, when she's leaving for New York, that scene, I was not New York, but she's leaving for London. I was like, damn. Like when he makes the buy Gwen on the bridge, like that was pretty fucking good. Wow. I just thought it was
R.I.P. to Amazing Spider-Man 3, which never happened, but it was like in production for a couple of months.
Yeah. You said earlier on.
Yeah, Felicity Jones. The Felicity Jones Black Cat we never got. Apparently there was rumors Emma Watson was going to be Jill Stacy. She like a little side, like, I don't know, some random people. Like, and Emmy Ross was supposed to be Spider-Girl.
Bruh, thank the Lord this movie was cut. If it was gonna be as fucking bad as Amazing Spider-Man 2, thank the Lord it was cut. Thank the Lord. They got Spider-Girl in the movie. They got Jill Stacy in the movie. get out of here, bro. We don't need this.
Well, yes, the Amazing Spider-Man, it's hard to look back on that. But the new Spider-Man trilogy, you know, it's very, very, very well regarded. And I think it's time to compare those two.
I want to give one more thing,
Yeah.
one more thing on Amazing Spider-Man, and then we'll close up 10 seconds.
Alright.
A lot of people grew up watching the original trilogy, and that was their only version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I grew up watching the Andrew Garfield. That was my version of Spider-Man. And then I went back and watched Tobey Maguire.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
So I will always hold a special fondness for Andrew Garfield.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Nah,
I can admit Tobey Maguire is better. But I will always hold a special fondness for Andrew Garfield.
That's actually fascinating because I have like Spider-Man 1 is one of the movies I rewatched the most. I have it on DVD. I watch it all the time. I had Spider-Man 2 on DVD, but there was 2 DVDs in it, and I lost one that plays the movie. I only had the extras. And then Spider-Man 3 I had recorded on like a recorder that you had back in the day, and so I'd watched it all the time. So I'd watched the original trilogy, and when Andrew Garfield came out, I remember liking it. But I remember like a year after being like,
Just remember now, I have no older sibling. Fun fact for people at home, I don't have any older siblings or anyone to enjoy watching these movies with. My mom and dad would be like, superhero movie? Oh, I'm not watching that. Or, don't put that shit on. Watch something else. I ended up watching a lot of TV brain rot. Movie brain rot.
watching Love Island.
Watching Love Island, watching Adam Sandler movies, you know? But Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 were some of the first superhero movies I went to the cinema to go see. So I will always hold a special fondness for Amazing Spider-Man 1. Not Amazing Spider-Man 2 now, no. I can save 5 scenes from that movie. I can cut it down to 2 minutes long. And then I'll be like, alright, this movie's pretty good. The rest of it, whatever, 2 hours, can go in the fucking bin for all I care. I couldn't give a fuck. But one thing I will always say Andrew Garfield has over Tobey Maguire is that he actually gives a bit of that Spider-Man.
His Spider-Man, like, his quips are infinitely better.
Because Tobey Maguire's quips, I don't think he has
it. He does. He goes, here's your change.
Yeah, that's stupid as fuck.
And
it was
money. Yeah, Andrew Garfield has a lot. He's got that Spider-Man kind of quirky flair.
That's why that's one of the main reasons why I like Andrew Garfield.
But also, he's not.
He's got
the Spider-Man, but his Peter Parker-ness is like he's a skater boy, you know, and that's not really Peter. Like it's a take on Peter Parker, but it's not the right take, you know.
No, like Peter Parker should be a nerd. He should be a nerd. This version of Peter Parker doesn't look like he'd be able to make his own web fluid.
Yeah, no, he's a spray painting skater boy.
I hang out in the sewers. I skateboard down half pipes, bruh. You don't understand me. I bully the bully. Like I don't know. It's just so stupid. Where at least with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it's like, you know, he is a fucking nerd. He is a nerd. He goes off to college. You see him in university or whatever. He's still a nerd. And he's trying to make his way by. Like, Andrew Garfield's, I don't know, it just doesn't work. But, yeah, anyway, let's go on to Tom Holland.
The new Spider-Man. The Spider-Man that, if you say Spider-Man right now, people will probably go Tom Holland. And they have many reasons to say so, because, I mean, the new trilogy is really good. Like, you know. Like,
see, I don't count it as new trilogy.
Or then you do the duology.
Duology. Because the last one, of course, is the team-up movie.
Yeah.
All 3 Spider-Man. So
no, they are planning on making another Tom Holland trilogy.
Another?
Yeah, I mean, from the ending of Spider-Man, No Way Home, it gets, like, you know, kind of reset. Like, he goes to, like, the new city, his mates don't remember him, he lives in a crappy apartment.
Yeah.
There's a current... Spider-Man 4 is, like, it's been underway, and it's gonna be Tom Holland.
See, I can see... Unless you do a time skip I don't see how they're going to be able to keep Tom Holland around for 6 more years playing Spider-Man. Bro is like 31 now.
He's 28. He's 28 now.
No, I think he's like 31.
I'm looking at. Oh, well, I have the computer here. He's 28.
Are you telling me he's in his prime right now?
Yeah, this is peak Holland.
But like, they can't have him playing goddamn 17, 18-year-old Spider-Man.
He's not playing. No. He's not playing 17, 18-year-old Spider-Man. He's not.
They'll have to do a time skip.
You know, he's going to be playing college Spider-Man. He's in college now. He's going to be playing like young, like early 20s Spider-Man.
Tom Holland is awfully young looking. So
He's got to. All he has to do is just kind of trim his hair, and he's got the most baby face looking guy you ever see. Hell, him and like literally him and Zendaya are the youngest looking like actor, like the youngest looking but not young act, like youngest looking old 20s actors in our generation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they look incredibly young looking for what age they actually are.
Like Zendaya's 27, but she could easily be like 21. Look at that.
It's chicken connoisseur levels of young looking. The chicken connoisseur, but I only found out 31 years old. That one hurt.
Who?
Do you know the chicken connoisseur?
No.
So anyway, a little rant for you guys. Chicken connoisseur is like a big like. Became like a big meme in like 2016, 2017.
This black kid.
Yeah, it wasn't a kid, man. He was in his 20s. Creating the chicken. He used to dress up in a school uniform and everyone just thought he was a fucking kid. No, turns out bro was like in his 20s.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy. He looks like a child. He looks like a 13-year-old. He looks like a slightly pudgy 13-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was actually fucking 31. He's 31 now.
He was on Good Morning Britain, and they test burgers with the chicken connoisseur.
Yeah, the chicken connoisseur, bro. Chicken connoisseur. I'm surprised you haven't heard of the chicken connoisseur.
31.
He's 31. He's fucking 31. When I heard that, I was like, what? How can Balloon be 31?
He's got his own show on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Paying Live.
He goes around rating the best and worst chicken shops.
£900 for a kebab.
Blood has it all. He has it all. Anyway, time to get into Tom Holland.
I mean, so what Tom Holland does is if you think about it, Tom Holland is like a very good balance. He's a good Peter Parker, but he's also a really good Spider-Man.
I think his Spider-Man outshines his Peter Parker. I think his Spider-Man definitely outshines it. Not only do I love the suit, I love the suit. I fucking love
the suit's great. The suit's really good.
The suit is really fucking good. Even the homemade suit, I fucking love the homemade
suit. Boy, I think every suit he's been in looks great.
It looks amazing. Every suit looks peak. Think about the Iron Spider suit.
Yeah. All the suits look phenomenal.
Think about the Homecoming suit. Oh.
I mean, him wearing the headphones with like the science, like kind of yellow sweater on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, the suit is phenomenal. I think my only criticism of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is, I think he acts a bit too young. Because he's always like, I know that's a point. He's more the mentee to Tony Stark, and he's looking up to all these characters, and he thinks and it is a good point of Spider-Man where Spider-Man feels like he's in the shadow of the superheroes when he's as good as them. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's an important note, but I think next movie cannot be like that because even Far From Home and especially No Way Home still have a tingling in the whole I'm still little Spider-Man. I'm still little Spidey. And him being like, Mr. Stark, for me, I think it was a tiny bit too much. For one, it works. For one, Homecoming, it works. But I think No Way Home, I think Far From Home works as well, but I think it all works, but sometimes he seems a bit too naive or childish for me. I don't mind him getting duped, but if you look at Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2, he's like an adult, do you know what I mean? And that's
No, he's a full-on university student.
yeah.
He's making ends meet. Bro lives away from home. He
Well,
does
it's
all
still,
that.
well, like far from home, he's still kind of like, oh, school tour, to school tour to Europe. You know what I mean?
But I like seeing this younger version of Spider-Man 2. Don't get me wrong.
Oh
And
no,
like we're seeing like proper, like not like year one Spider-Man, but we're seeing just
it's like
young
Ultimate.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
high school.
it's like Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of.
No,
Yeah.
I do like it. I do like it. I'm just saying, like, I can't think any more of it. If you know what I mean. I think what it's good is good. The next movie, he has to be like Spider-Man 2 at least. Like,
Well,
I kind of have more.
think about it. Nobody remembers who Peter Parker is. Nobody,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
nobody. So all he can be is Spider-Man. Like that's all he can be.
Well, he can also be
Nope.
Peter Parker.
He can't be Peter Parker if nobody fucking remembers Peter Parker.
Okay, maybe Peter Parker to like the new people.
Bro can be Peter Parker if he knew people.
Well, no, like to the new, like I assume he's gonna get friends in college. They'll like, oh hello Peter Parker. My name is Gwen Stacy. Oh, happy to meet you. You know what I mean?
Nobody remembers Peter Parker. I'll be surprised if teachers even fucking remember him.
But he's going to a new college. I don't think they're like, oh, I don't know your name. He tells him he's Peter Parker. What did you say again?
I remember doing an interview with a Parker, but like I don't remember you.
I think, I think. Oh look, the new trilogy. I mean, it's got the CGI, it's got the villains, it's got a lot of stuff. To me, there's a bit of a sheen of like MCU-ness, because obviously MCU movies and they're really good, but to me it's a bit too much. I don't know if this sounds weird, but I don't really feel the passion, if you know what I mean.
I don't feel a lot of empathy or a lot of sadness or a lot of anything towards Tom Holland's.
I don't feel the
Of course,
emotion. I don't feel like.
gut-wrenching scenes with him in
Oh
it.
yeah,
but I
yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
But I don't look at him and be like, damn. Like going back to Aunt May.
I think Aunt May is a very big influence, and I think the new Aunt May is funny and she's like cool and everyone kind of likes her because she's hot, but I think that takes away a lot from the gravitas of the situation, because Aunt May being old and struggling to take care of herself and struggling with all these, it's such like a weight. Do you know what I mean?
And sure, they don't even mention Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
They do mention him, but we don't see anything of Uncle Ben.
I
There's
think
no Uncle Ben in the original trilogy. I know it's overplayed, but it's a massive part of Spider-Man's character.
I think it would have been fine if Aunt May was a bit. I know that was great, but I still think. I don't know. I think she was just supportive of him and it was cool. It was a good side of Aunt May, but it's just not. It's not the same. Like it's not. I think like her getting her freedom was cool, but I like the Aunt May that like Peter like has to struggle to take care of, and he has to. And even Aunt May in Spider-Man too, she doesn't want his money. She doesn't want to burden him, but he feels like he has to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's struggling. She has no Uncle Ben. She's lonely.
Yeah.
But Peter has to live his life as well, and he has to constantly suffer with the fact that he has an aunt at home. Who's
And
getting
he
older
he
older
caused
by the
this
day.
loneliness.
Yeah, he caused it. Well, of course, like Peter's gonna be alone now. Aunt May is dead in the new trilogy.
Yeah.
Which, like, gut-wrenching scene, absolutely
Yeah,
gut-wrenching.
brutal.
And like, think about like Infinity War when Peter Parker gets snapped and
Yeah, I think Peter Parker as a whole, there's many good wrenching scenes. But if I look at Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4, I don't feel like emotional towards him. But when you see Tobey Maguire come back in No Way Home, you feel for him. Like straight away when you see him when they show him and he's in that back alley just walking kind of by himself, wearing his normal clothes. Do you know what I mean? Looking a bit rough. He's not like clean shaven. His hair's a bit. It looks nice, but it's not like freshly cut. Do you know what I mean? You see him and you're just like, man. I'm not saying every Spider needs to be like that, but I think to me that's just more impactful. I feel like the new Spider-Man, I feel like there's a bit of a sheen on him. Do you know what I mean? There's a bit of a like a little.
A Disney little
Yeah, there's like a coating on it that you can't take off. Do you know what I mean? It's like you got your phone and there's like the plastic on it, and it's fine, but you can't peel it off, and it's like it works with it, but I'd rather it be off.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the Disney on it,
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
It's
I mean, I
you
don't
can
like.
never
I don't think it takes away
take away.
because if you like, I still think. I think Alfred Molina is phenomenal. I think the twist in Far From Home is still one of my favorite things of all time. The Mysterio. I think Mysterio is
Oh,
phenomenal.
Jake Gyllenhaal
I
as Mysterio is probably, and Vulture as well. We can't forget Vulture.
I think Vulture was good. I don't think he was
I
phenomenal.
like Vulture.
I
I
like
like Vulture.
Vulture, but he's
And the whole twist that of course, Peter knows who like Vulture, like he's seen his face or whatever. But the fact that Vulture is your one's who what was her name again in Homecoming?
I don't know. I know the girl he was interested in. I know.
Yeah, it's the dad is Vulture.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And they're in the car going to the prom. I just thought that was funny. I just thought
I
that
thought it was really good. I think making Mysterio a great villain is something that's very commendable. Because I think Mysterio is great, but I can't think of a single one or a single impactful thing Mysterio's ever done apart from Logan. And seeing this, it's like so cool.
Oh no, I can definitely think of a few runs where Mysterio has he's popped off.
To me, in my mind, Mysterio's never been that good, but I always want to see him be portrayed. And I think he made this so good.
Let me enlighten you on a comic run for a bit. Mysterio versus Deadpool. Not Deadpool, Daredevil. Why have I mixed them up today? Why have I mixed them up today? That's crazy.
No, Mysterio versus Daredevil. No, that's
Oh,
No,
that was different.
I know,
Crazy.
that's good. But I'm thinking like Mysterio Spider-Man. Yeah, no, Mysterio Daredevil is really good.
Oh my god, but I think one of the scenes is where he convinces Daredevil that a 5-year-old kid or something like that died. Like, that's insane. That's insane. He's like mimicking heartbeats to make Daredevil think there's people all around him who are dying. He's like, what the fuck? But he's the perfect person to do it because you're not fooling it. Like, you don't need to fool the eyes.
No.
Fool everything else. It's great. Oh, God. Peak as fuck. And Daredevil doesn't have a spider sense either.
Yeah.
So he's kind of fucked. But, making a live action Mysterio work and not just be like some goofy fucking meta who got his jobs, who got his powers from like falling into a vat of electric eels.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot. Guess how much No Way Home made in the box office?
Oh, over $1 billion. 1.3, I'd say.
1.9 billion. Nearly 2. That's
$2 billion?
That's the 6th highest grossing movie of all time. It's less. It's right behind Infinity War. It's 80 mil behind Infinity War.
When they re-release it, what? If they re-release it and they get enough hype for No Way Home coming back out in cinema, it could actually pass. That's insane.
Yeah, like it's crazy.
That is insane.
I forgot how. The movie was a cultural event. Seeing the 2 Spider-Man back was great. I think the movie.
It was great.
The movie itself has a lot of flaws, of course. The multiverse angle. What that does to the MCU really annoys me. The way it bigs it up and then it fixes itself, but then it's like, but maybe Venom. It's like fuck off. And then the Doctor Strange aspects, like Spider-Man should not be able to ever be Doctor Strange.
See, I was going to say it until the very end, but this is one of my main concerns with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Is that he's so overpowered, but yet so underpowered at the same time.
Yes.
It's so fucking annoying. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, yes, he was strong, but he wasn't crazy fucking strong. Like, he had a hard time against Doc Ock. Arguably, you'd say he wouldn't have won against Doc Ock.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like he was on the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, was the weakest out of the three. He couldn't save Gwen when she was falling. You see Tobey Maguire's like Spider-Man flinging Aunt May around, flinging Gwen Stacy around in number 3. Like, you just see this shit happen. You're like, oh yeah, it's fair enough. That's normal. Andrew Garfield couldn't save Gwen. Struggled against Electro. Struggled against Lizard. But then when you look at Tom Holland, you're like, he'd wipe them. Easy.
Yeah, Tom Holland, yeah, he'd wipe him at the same time. He'd be like, please, no, please.
Yeah, no. I think you're better than this. You're better than this.
Like he acts.
You can change.
It's still a bit too childish for me. Like, he's still a bit like, oh no, little kid, I can't win. Oh wait, I destroyed you. Do you know what I mean? Like.
And then he just knocks out Mysterio, and then, like, that's it. Oh, game over. Of course, Mysterio's gonna be like, Spider-Man's real life ending. I know, like, Mysterio died or whatever, but, like, would you not have thought, like, Mysterio would have absolutely zero countermeasures? Like, what?
I do think that was a great twist. That was another great twist.
Oh, no, it was an amazing twist, to be fair. Because you weren't expecting it. It's at the very ending of the fucking movie. Like, oh, everything's ending up now. And then it's like, Spider-Man's real identity.
And it's Spider-Man, like, and it's
J.K. Simmons back to be like, this does it.
And then Spider-Man, like, shoots him. like the gun effect. Bang.
And you get Spider-Man's face. This is why I love the Spider-Man costume so much. You can see the emotion in the face as well.
Yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
Ooh. He does the gasp.
Yeah, in Tobey Maguire, he always rips the masks off. You know what I mean?
Or the mask is already like half ripped.
Yeah,
you can see a bit more emotion on Andrew Garfield's, but Tom Holland.
No, Tom Holland, the eyes. Yeah, it's very good.
The eyes are perfect. They look a little bit cartoony at times. Don't get me wrong, but I just think they're perfect.
Yeah, no. The emotion you can see in the Spider-Man suit is great.
They remind me of cartoon Spider-Mans.
Yeah, literally. It's like when it's, or even in comics it's written and you can just tell, like, you know.
Yeah. It reminds me of like Disney XD Spider-Man or something like that, you know, where
you
can see, like,
Ultimate Spider-Man, that show. I love that show.
But yeah, I think we're forgetting one more. Miles Morales, but
yeah, I mean,
well, look, I will say it right now.
Miles Morales is great, but I mean, it's different, you know what I mean?
No, it is different. We'll just discuss live action Spider-Man today. But if we are going to go into the topic of Spider-Man movies in general, Into the Spider-Verse is fucking peak.
I don't think it's better than 2. I love Into the Spider-Verse. I love it. It's a phenomenal movie. I think the side characters do it in for me. Rewatching it, I've been like, I think they take away too much from me. Particularly the anime Spider-Man, and I like Nicolas Cage Spider-Man, but he's as well. I feel like they kind of take away from it.
But then you got like kind of older Peter Parker as well.
Well, obviously,
he's funny, like.
Yeah, him and Gwen are crucial, but I think having the other two kind of, they sort of roll well. But to me, it's just, I don't know. I think Spider-Man. I think Into the Spider-Verse is great. But if you talk about the best Spider-Man movie, it's 2.
Look, I will agree with you, but Into the Spider-Verse is such a peak movie.
And also, Into the Spider-Verse is also like dealing the MC and multiverse issue. You know what I mean?
But Into the Spider-Verse is very self-contained. For a multiverse movie, it's very self-contained. Of course, you do have the team up or whatever, but it's all like it's to help Miles Morales. Because think about it, he doesn't have the mentor there. He doesn't have the Uncle Ben to tell him with great power comes great responsibility. He has his mom and his dad. It's a completely different Spider-Man story. I just think it works so fucking well. I think
Into the Spider-Verse is
like Spider-Man fucking dies in his universe. It's like, and then you have the scene where he finally, like, you know, accepts his powers.
Oh yeah, and the What's Up Dangerous scene. I get goosebumps every time. It's a phenomenal scene. I think as a movie, Into the Spider-Verse is better. But for me, Spider-Man 2 is still nice Spider-Man. You know.
don't get me wrong. Like Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2, best portrayal of Spider-Man. Best portrayal of Spider-Man, best portrayal of Peter Parker. I don't think it can get much better. Personally, I don't think it can get much better. But Into the Spider-Verse just hits.
Oh, Into the Spider-Verse is phenomenal. Like, it's...
And the art style, the animation, everything is so crisp and clean. You have the jokes, you have the quips, you have all the weaknesses of all the other Spider-Men, and they're just pros for Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse. Like, you could say Tobey Maguire isn't quippy enough. You could say Andrew Garfield's quips are really good. You got Miles Morales who's able to quip away, no problem.
Oh, Miles is great. Miles is phenomenal. I think Into the Spider-Verse is great. It's just... It's a great movie. Yeah. I don't know. To me, it doesn't feel self-contained. I will say that. To me, watching the Spider-Verse, it feels like it's supposed to be something more, which is fine. I don't think that's an issue because same with Spider-Man 2. The way it ends with bringing into Spider-Man 3. I don't know. I feel like I have to see how the third one ends because Across the Spider-Verse was great, but it had issues.
Right. So we're gonna get onto. Of course, I think everyone at home can already tell who our favorite Spider-Man / Peter Parker is. But what I want to do is, I'm going to do a little thing called Ultimate Spider-Man movie, yeah? So, this is a collection of all the side characters, all the everythings. I'm going to list out each character, and we're going to draft the perfect movie. So, it's going to consist of course, which actor who we've seen on screen will portray Spider-Man, who will portray MJ or Gwen Stacy. So like you need to have like a female who will portray Harry Osborn, who will portray Aunt May, who will be the main bad guy, and who will portray Uncle Ben. Or have like a different character standing for Uncle Ben.
Can you do this quick? Because I feel like this is fairly easy in my opinion.
This is fairly easy. Right, so we'll start off first. MJ / Gwen Stacy. Who are we picking?
I think Emma Stone.
Same here, Emma Stone. Harry Osborn, of course.
James Franco. It's not even
has to be done. You see, villain is where it gets interesting. If we're drafting the perfect Spider-Man movie, who are we picking as the villain?
I still think Alfred Molina because he's got... I think a Spider-Man villain, it needs to have... I think a great Spider-Man villains. Spider-Man doesn't always be... If Spider-Man beats him hand to hand, there needs to be an emotional connection. I don't think there's as much emotional connection to Vulture or Mysterio as it is with Alfred Molina. My favourite villain in Spider-Man is probably...
Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm gonna go completely off topic and hit you with the Marvel Spider-Man game, the Doc Ock in that game. I think that's my favorite Spider-Man villain.
Oh, yeah. Seriously fucking good. But we can pick that.
Yeah, I think I have to put Alfred Molina. I think Doc Ock is my favorite Spider-Man villain. Willem Dafoe is great as Green Goblin, but Green Goblin to me is... I think he's like the Joker. Like, yeah, he's probably the most iconic villain of Batman and Spider-Man, but I think I've added the other ones. I think Joker and Green Goblin are a bit too overused for my taste.
See, I've been completely stuck between... As soon as I thought about this, I've been stuck between Doc Ock and Green Goblin. Stumped.
For me, Green Goblin is just too much. Like, I know Green Goblin's Green Goblin, but it's just, I don't know.
I just feel like there's a way you can do it. And it just works. Because I think Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn works perfectly.
I mean...
But as Green Goblin, I was always like it's good, but it doesn't hit.
Willem Dafoe is great. I think he was great in this entire role. I just don't think... I think Doc Ock is better.
You know, I will say Doc Ock as well, because after seeing Spider-Man 2, it's just like he was fucking perfect. He is a perfect
phenomenal.
cast. He's a perfect cast.
I mean,
I
watching
could
him.
cast other people as Norman Osborn. I can't cast anyone else as Doc Ock. Can't do it. Right, let's go on to Aunt May here.
I mean, Spider-Man 2, Aunt May.
Has to be Spider-Man 2, Aunt May. Uncle Ben.
I think Spider-Man 2 and Uncle Ben is great.
I'm gonna go The Amazing Spider-Man, Uncle Ben.
That guy.
The Amazing Spider-Man, Uncle Ben.
That guy sucked ass.
No, he did not.
That
bro.
guy was
No,
I hate. My least favorite thing about Spider-Man is Uncle Ben and Aunt May. I thought they were awful. I thought they were totally.
Oh no! I thought the Aunt May was goofy as fuck, but I thought the Uncle Ben was a lot better.
He goes to his shop and then like that random.
No, but you have Uncle Ben is trying to push Peter to be better, and Peter's like, "No, I don't care, Uncle Ben. I don't care. And Uncle Ben's like, "No, you need to lock in, Peter. You need to do better. You need to be better." He's like, I don't want you to like, I don't know, crash out. I don't want you to drop out. I don't want you to make any stupid mistakes. You don't really see that with the other Uncle Ben. He's like, I don't know, passive, docile. And he gets murked and you're like, oh.
Yeah, but for me it's the memory scene when he's like, take my hand, Peter. Take my hand.
Oh, no, that's the end now.
When he's like, come on, Peter. Like, remember when I told you about the responsibility? And Peter's like, I can't, Uncle Ben. I'm Spider-Man, no more. Like, that is... Jeez, that's a phenomenal scene.
But think about Andrew Garfield crying over Uncle Ben. He was like, Uncle
Ben? To me, that's not as good as Tom Maguire crying over Uncle Ben.
That's in him.
No.
That's in him.
I watched the scene like...
Can't believe Uncle Ben died over a chalky milk. Over a fucking chalky milk. Peter was like, yeah, no, that's fine. You can rob the shop. Can I get my chalky milk? What can I say, bud? Not my policy. Iconic scene. But, yeah. I'm gonna take the Amazing Spider-Man, Uncle Ben here. You're gonna take original trilogy, Uncle Ben. Or you could also, Tony Stark is also in the mixer. You can take Tony.
No, I don't take Tony. I think that plotline is good, but for me, that's not.
See, I left it in there as a trick because I wouldn't pick Tony either.
Iron Man as the mentor is not like my favorite thing.
See, I don't think it makes fucking sense. I don't think it makes sense for Iron Man to be his fucking mentor. I know, like, there is comic runs where Iron Man mentors him. I don't think it makes sense. So I don't know, I know it's supposed to lead perfectly on from Civil War and stuff. But
the whole point of Spider-Man is, like, he has to figure everything out himself. Him having a mentor kind of takes away.
He has to make his own suit. He has to make his own shit. I know it's to give him... Like, of course, he couldn't just go in there as base Spider-Man and be able to like, take on Cap and take on the other Avengers. It wouldn't have made sense, which is why he needs the suit. Fair enough, but I don't know. It's just like
it works. It works, but I wouldn't do it again.
Like a cheat code / cop out to have Tony Stark as mentor.
I mean, it works, but if I see it again, I'm not gonna be happy. If I see a game or another movie or a show that has Tony as the mentor, I'll be like, nah, come on.
Or if you had Tony as the mentor, I don't know, like have him like be Playboy Tony or some bullshit where he doesn't give a shit. He just does not give a shit. It's like, oh yeah, Peter, yeah, that sounds good. Who cares? Mm-hmm. Or literally like, kind of like in Homecoming where he's like, oh, Tony, are you here right now? It's like, nah, the suit's there. Like, I'm in like fucking India.
Well, yeah, I think it's how we compare this to the other superhero movies in general.
Well, it is hard. It is hard to compare them. Comparing to main MCU, do you think this Spider-Man original trilogy holds them?
Yes, and I think 2 is the best movie. I don't think there's a better movie in MCU. I think if we are to include Endgame and Infinity War, then yes, the better movies, but they're such an event that I feel like I'm struggling to sit and watch it now. And I will watch it and I'll have fun, but it's like, I'd rather watch Spider-Man 2 than Infinity War. Or Endgame.
Oh, any day of the week, any day of the week, because Spider-Man 2 is so like closed off.
It's
It's so
so
boxed
easy. It's
off that you
so
can
easy to watch. It's
that
so
you
easy
can
to watch.
easily rewatch it because we know what happens in Spider-Man 1. We know what happens in Spider-Man 3. When you're watching Infinity War and Endgame, of course you know what's happened, but there's 15 other movies beforehand, and there's 10 or 20 other movies which are gonna be at it's like it hurts to watch. And of course, because it's a massive event, you do kind of have to watch, but you can't just sit down and go, I'm gonna watch Infinity War today and never watch Endgame. Or you can't be like, I'm gonna sit down and watch Endgame and not watch Infinity War. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, no, I'm in agreement here. I think Spider-Man 2 holds up. Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 3, however, Spider-Man 3 hits the dust. I don't think it holds up.
Well, in comparison to like the best ones, but if you also compare, MCU has a lot of lows.
MCU has a lot of
We think of
lows.
like Ant-Man 3, The Marvels, Thor 4, Iron Man 2, Thor 1 and 2 for some people, Black Widow.
Oh, Black Widow movie was so fucking bad. Oh, when you say it like that.
Like obviously
yes,
the best,
I'd
like obviously the
I'd
best,
rather-
like obviously like Black Panther, Thor, Ragnarok, you know, the prime MCU movies, you know, Guardians 1 and 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy, you
Yeah.
got Captain America Winter Soldier, you got Age of Ultron, you got the original Avengers.
Doctor Strange 1.
Oh, Doctor Strange 1. Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yeah,
How could we forget? Oh,
that's what I said.
gee.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I like Captain America First Avenger.
Yeah, I'm quite fond of it as well, actually.
It's one of those movies
love
I
it.
saw so many times on film before. I was like brainwashed into liking it.
I like Iron Man 3.
I like it. I hate Iron Man 2. I hate Iron Man 2. It's I
don't
hate
mind
Whiplash.
Iron Man
I hate Hammer. I hate everything. I hate the dance scene. I hate War Machine in it. I really don't like anything about the movie.
2.
The only thing I like is when he's at.
I could sit down and watch it.
I could not. The only thing I like about the movie is the scene where he's in the F1 race and he gets the suitcase and he like puts the suit on. That's the only scene I like. Whiplash is awful. Whoever thought to have that guy portray Whiplash is a dumbass. That guy cannot act.
You've after completely cut off here.
The actor who plays Iron Whiplash cannot act. It was one of the worst acting performances I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit.
I don't know if you can hear. Oh, there we go.
I can hear the whole
Never
time.
mind.
I can hear the whole time.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, no, this usually happens. Surprised it.
Yeah, I was saying
happens so
whoever decided that Mickey Rourke should play Whiplash was a ridiculous decision because he was awful at Whiplash. Probably one of the worst villains of any.
Whoever decided Whiplash as the bad guy for Iron Man 2.
Whiplash is neat, but my god, he was awful.
I know. I've never sat down and be like, oh, Whiplash for today. No.
No.
I don't know. I feel like there's. Is there better Iron Man villains?
I think Hammer is a better villain
I'm trying
than.
to think.
I think Hammer is a neat
He was
villain.
like a classic Iron Man villain.
Doctor Hammer.
Is there even any classic Iron Man villains?
I honestly didn't have any villains. His whole thing is like Avengers.
You are talking right now. I cannot hear a peep.
I am talking.
Buddy, I cannot hear a peep. Just to let you know, just in case you are talking. Okay, there we go. I can kind of hear something now.
I can always hear you, and
Yeah.
I can always. It's always like.
Yeah, classic Iron Man villain.
I know he doesn't really. Like, apart from Hammer, he doesn't. And Whiplash, he doesn't really have. The Mandarin.
Yeah, no, he has the Mandarin. Okay, I think I'm completely cutting out here.
But yeah, I can hear you the whole time. Come back and join. Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Hello. 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Alright, cause I could hear you the whole time. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it just kept on saying for you, user is having trouble connecting or something like that.
I don't know, my wife has been. Anyway, so Iron Man basically has no villains, unless you count Ultron, but he's really Ant-Man's villain. Or like fucking Whiplash, or all this shit. I don't do have a single good villain. I went to success. I
I
think
went to
I think Spiderman 2
Tactics.
as a holistic movie is better than any of the other ones.
As a clear cut cookie cutter, putting it down, plot line, story, how it wraps everything up perfectly.
Mm.
Nice little bow. Yeah, no, it is a perfect superhero movie. It's a perfect Spider-Man movie. Final rating out of 10 for Spider-Man 2?
9.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a little bit lower. I'm going to say 9.2. I'm going to say 9.2 out of 10. Only reason I said 9.2 out of 10, there's some cheesy scenes, just, I know they're memes, but they don't, I don't know, they don't cross over my head. Like when I'm watching them, like I'm like, ugh.
That,
I'm like, ugh.
that's why it's not 10.
I know that's why it's not a 10, but I just feel like it
Wait.
drags it down from 9.5 to a
Well,
9.2.
now we need to do the final. How it was compared to the best superhero movies.
Oh, so we're talking about the Dark Knight trilogy? We're
Now
talking
we
about,
talk about Logan, Dark Knight. We're talking about the best. We talk about the MC now. Like with Logan, talk about Dark Knight. We talk about if you want it, if you count Deadpool, you don't count the X-Men.
right, I'm just gonna put it this way. I don't think it holds up against Logan. I don't think it holds up against the Dark Knight or the Dark Knight Returns.
I think it's definitely better than Dark
It
Knight
does hold up
Returns.
against Deadpool.
I think
And
I.
I'm trying to think of absolute peak here.
I think it's on the same level as First Class. Maybe First Class is a tiny bit below it, and Days of Future Past is also a tiny bit below it. First Class is phenomenal. I think Logan.
I'd put it higher than the X-Men movies, to be honest. I'll put it higher.
I think Logan is so slow. I think Logan's a better movie, but I think as a watching experience, I'd rather see Spider-Man 2 than Logan again. Logan's a very heavy and slow movie, and I like little movies like that. But as a superhero movie, I think I'd rather watch Spider-Man more than Logan.
I'd rate Logan higher simply because I think it's just a better movie. But for rewatchability wise, Spider-Man 2 trumps all. Full stop. I could go back and watch it in the cinema tomorrow if I wanted to.
I need to see The Dark Knight again. I need to see The Dark Knight again.
I watched the trilogy there recently enough. It's so fucking good. Even fucking like just Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns are peak, but Batman Begins it's still really good. It's still
I
really good.
need to refresh it because my memory's bad, and I prefer Big Batman Begins over Dark Knight Returns. I remember really not liking Returns.
Bro, you need to rewatch Returns. You need to rewatch Returns.
I like Bane. Bane's cool. He's like,
Bane is so cool, man.
No one cared who I was, like on the mask.
There's a whole twist in the Dark Knight Returns spell.
Yeah, I know, with the Riddler and the fake cop, and yeah.
No, with Bane being the oh man, where you think it's Bane who was the one who escaped and it wasn't. Bane was the protector, and your one who was trying to like set up the charity. She was the one who escaped.
I need to watch it again. I need to watch it again. I know.
You have to watch it again, bro. Oh, that scene, peak as fuck.
I need to watch it again. I haven't watched the movie in too long. I need to watch it again to see.
I just don't think Spider-Man 2, like, I don't think it holds up against that trilogy. It's just, I think that is perfect superhero.
Yeah, I think, yeah. The only thing you can say about the Dark Knight trilogy is the Batman suit looks kind of shit.
But it looks like a realistic Batman suit. Like,
No, it's
you're not
not.
going to get a real life Batman looking like Ben Affleck's.
Look like fucking, fucking what's his
Or
name?
the Batman's.
The Batman,
Pat,
Pattinson. Robert
like
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. I think he looks like the most comic accurate Batman.
Nah, he looks.
But,
He
like,
looks more like. Look at this guy. Come on. Only Christian Bale looks like Bruce Wayne, but his Batman suit looks like a toy. Like, look at this.
it looks plasticky as fuck.
Look at this.
But I think
And the belt. That belt. I mean, it's so gaudy.
yeah, it's very. He's not hiding nothing with the fucking belt. He ain't hiding fuck all.
It looks plastic.
Yeah, remember it's proper heavy duty Kevlar. When you look at Rob Pattinson's Batman, it doesn't look like he's like if he got a shot like he ain't gonna fucking stop the bullet.
Nah, look at it.
Robert
Pattinson looks like.
Look at that Batman. You're like he.
It does. It looks like 3D plastic. Look at Pattinson. It looks like Look at it. The layers of metal looks like it's got bullets. The other one looks like looks like you can fold it.
The chest plate looks like it stops bullets. The fucking the arms and all.
Nah,
like
you're completely wrong. Christian Bale's one looks like I could fold it in half. It looks like I could. It looks like a cosplay. It looks like I could just bend it. It looks. I think, and the ears. I don't like his ears.
I know. I just think Robert Pattinson's like the helmet just looks a bit goofy. I think the helmet.
You think that looks more goofy than Christian Bale's helmet, which looks like a beak? Look at Christian Bale's face. Look at Christian Bale's nose. Look at Christian Bale's nose.
Look at the photo you sent in of Robert Pattinson's massive forehead.
It's a big forehead. It is a big.
He's got a fucking chrome dome.
He does.
The guy goes around wearing mascara. I cannot take blood serious.
He's got a chrome dome. You're right, but it looks better than a plastic like gimp mask. Like, go look up at Christian Bale. Look up at the first two. I mean, come on. Look at his like. Also, Christian Bale also has mascara. Christian Bale also has mascara, by the way. Christian Bale also has mascara.
I know, but like it just looks like Rob Pat's fucking mascara just looks like a child. It is like, oh, I'm gonna paint my face black. I'm gonna paint my face black and put my hood up. I hope nobody thinks I'm black facing. Like it's, I don't know. It's
I think Spider-Man 2 is definitely up there, but it's definitely top 3 superhero movie of all time.
I can't take the fact that Christian Bale always looks like he's kind of smiling.
He looks like he's mewing the top one. Like he's locked in.
Bro is locked in on the main street. No, it looks like his face is a little bit too pudgy for the mask.
It looks wrong. It looks
like a Ninja Turtle.
It looks like Mbappe.
It actually fucking looks like Mbappe. It actually looks like a. Bring up a photo of Mbappe right now. Fucking looks like Mbappe. Oh my god, it actually looks like Mbappe. That is insane. That is fucking insane.
No, chicken. I don't know. He just looks a bit too weird. The suit looks a bit naked. You know what I mean? Like, actually, I said the same image twice. Like, look at him, man. He looks funny.
This fucking photo of Mbappe. It looks like Mbappe. It actually looks like Mbappe. Oh, bro, that's so bad. No. I can't unsee that now. I can't watch him Can't watch the Dark Knight trilogy again. I'm just gonna think he looks like Mbappe. Oh no! I've ruined.
I don't like the way his
I've
chin
ruined.
stands. The way his chin stands out doesn't look right. Like, I
It
see,
looks so
I see it. So if you see look at Battinson, yeah, look where it cuts off. It cuts off like the horizontal. It cuts off at the end of his face.
Yeah, it cuts
While
off his ear.
while Christian Bale's one goes all the way to like the end of his cheek.
He has the goatee. If he had a goatee there, his face would be completely black.
I still think, I love the Batfleck suit. I know it's extremely wide, but it's like the Dark Knight comic one.
It's so bulky, bro. It's so bulky.
I know.
It makes him look hench as fuck.
He looks swole.
It looks like that new run DC are trying. What are they calling it? Where like Batman is broke, he's like dead broke, he's just a construction worker. He's like 6'7", but he's just bulky as fuck.
No.
Have you seen that?
This is what it is. It's supposed to be this. You know, I said it in there. It's supposed to be the Dark Knight Returns like comic, where Batman is old and he's like wide. He only fights Superman again. That's what it is. You see, when you got wide Batman. I really like. I wish you got more Batfleck because I think Batfleck looks like the. If you look at it, he looks like Batman, like his face. He looks like Bruce Wayne. Like if you look at the one where he's in the suit without the mask on, that to me that looks the most like Batman.
I'm gonna send you strips for the new Batman comic, which is coming out.
And
Like the
R.I.P.
new
Batfleck.
Ronin.
R.I.P. Batfleck.
R.I.P. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish we got more, but I'm not sad that we did.
I'd rather we got a Batfleck movie than Justice League.
Oh god, yeah.
Like, we didn't get any Batfleck movie. It was just him and Man of Steel, him and Justice League, him and fucking Suicide Squad in one scene.
Yeah. Are they calling it DC Ultimate or something? DC.
I'm looking.
It's like Wonder Woman. I think it's like Wonder Woman doesn't gain any humanity. No, it's Superman doesn't gain any humanity. Like, he doesn't have any human side. So he's completely relentless. You have Wonder Woman who. I'm trying to remember the run. But basically, like, Batman is broke in this universe. He's broke. He just works as a construction worker. But he's wide. He's wide as shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, DC's Ultimate Universe inspired absolute Batman. Oh, this Batman is wide as hell.
Absolute Batman.
DC Ultimate Batman.
I still think
This guy looks.
there's still no better Batman depiction than Arkham Knight. Arkham Knight Batman is literally perfect, and all the villains are literally perfect. I don't think this has, however, maybe I don't think you can have a better portrayal of Batman than the villains than Arkham Knight. And his voice, phenomenal. He's like, Alfred, give me the update. Tim. Oracle.
What was it? Oracle. Let's see. I'm gonna send you this photo now. Like, when you see this Batman, you're gonna be like, holy shit.
I'm just saying, you
He's
said
a big
Arkham Knight
bull.
Batman. Arkham Knight Batman looks so good. It looks very similar to Battinson, the way the armor is layered and with the single and everything.
Mm.
You can tell Battinson took inspiration in that. Holy
Oh, yeah.
shit.
He is wide.
Why is he so big?
He's wide.
Do you
Look
know?
at the back. Look at the back crest as well. It's
Oh, I hate
wide.
that. I hate that.
That's absolute Batman. He's fucking huge.
I hate the back. I see the back crest. The back crest is ugly. But man, do you know who's going to play the new Batman? I'm telling you right now, it's going to be this guy. I think you already know who I'm thinking of, but it's going to be this guy.
John Cena.
No. If you think of a big actor, big white guy actor, this is the guy I think of. The upcoming guy, this guy.
Oh no! They can't have fucking this guy. Oh, yeah,
Reacher.
it's fucking Reacher as Batman. I can see it. I can fucking see it.
No. He literally, he's such a funny guy because he got onto the scene playing Blue Mountain State. Like he plays the jock in Blue Mountain State Netflix show.
Yeah.
Playing Thad Castle. But then all of a sudden he's in Reacher, then he's in Fast X, and then it's like, what?
Yeah, he looks like fucking Batman. He looks like he played Batman.
Like he looks like he plays the. He looks like he just took off the suit.
He looks like if they did like an absolute Batman movie, it would be him. He looks like a fucking construction worker as well.
So
he looks like
wild.
someone you'd see in the sites.
He's
So yeah, you pull him as that Batman.
He's so
My
wild.
God, but absolute Batman is fucking hench. The whole thing is that he's like he has absolutely no money. He's dead broke. He works as a construction worker. I think he's like an engineer or something like that, and he uses his skills and like tools he finds.
Oh, this is very. Wait,
like
is it how? This is new enough. This is pretty fucking new.
Yeah, no, it's only brand new.
Oh, it's only coming out now. Like
that's why I struggle to find any like photos because it's only brand new. Only got like unveiled at San Diego.
Oh yeah, I've seen this now. I've seen like first looks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Apparently, this Batman might be made.
Yeah, no, and that's when they unveiled like the DC Ultimate Universe or whatever. So like that Superman who has no humanity, Wonder Woman. I think it's if she never left Themyscira or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, they look really fucking cool. Oh,
Wonder Woman looks cool. Wonder Woman looks
I think
cool.
Superman and Wonder Woman look so fucking cool.
That Batman, I don't like the crest, but I think it's cool having him fucking hench as fuck. He has absolutely no gear, no proper tools or anything like that.
Oh my God! Man, I haven't been excited for DC ever. Wonder Woman looks phenomenal. The tattoos on one arm, like the robot on the other.
Yeah.
The flying like Dark Pegasus. Now this looks fucking cool. Like the fucking New 52 shit.
Yeah. DC are finally coming back.
But they don't even talk to me about Batman fucking Metal. Or whatever that was.
DC Metal fucking hurt. Because they're recycling the Batman Who Laughs. I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
It was cool, and then there was like 20 more of them. It never ended. Oh my God.
I thought it was pretty cool having like Red Death and having like all these different variants of like the Justice League characters.
Then Wonder Woman, and then you had like there was like Shazam was there, and then you had to fight like the god in the end. Like, oh my God, that's too much. This happens to every comic arc. They got a good idea, and they go, and all of a sudden there's some god behind it all. It's like the null god symbiote. Like, holy shit, that's awful.
They're still using the Batman Who Laughs, but I don't get me wrong. He's probably one of the best, like original DC villain in years. Maybe in the last 5-10 years, have we actually had like a decent DC supervillain, like original?
DC's comics have been ass.
They've been asked, and he's the first. Like, he is the first like DC villain in the past 5 years, which is like just brand new, to actually get people talking. And he's just a Joker ripoff. It's just Batman if Batman Joker. That's it. I don't know. They're fucking goofy to be honest. But yeah, no, I'm excited for this DC Ultimate Universe run. I think it looks pretty exciting.
Well, anyway, we can wrap up on the Spider-Man stuff. Ultimately, Spider-Man 2, golden movie, one of the most rewatchable, chill movies. Not quite up there in, like, 10-year as a phenomenal movie. Well, definitely a chill one. We all recommend, and I think, it's a 9.5. And just have to see where it goes. Just thank everyone for watching. And, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, see you later.